I used to think that setting a goal was the most important part of the journey. I believed that if I could just define what I wanted, everything else would fall into place. The finish line seemed so clear in my mind, as if simply naming it would bring me closer to it. Every year I'd write out resolutions with hope, buy a brand new journal, and imagine a completely transformed version of myself. The blank pages felt like a promise, a fresh start, a chance to finally become the person I wanted to be. The act of planning itself felt like progress. I'd spend hours mapping out my goals, color-coding my intentions, and visualizing success. It was almost as if, by organizing my dreams, I'd already crossed a finish line in my mind. The first days of January were always electric. Early morning runs, crisp air, blank pages, and big dreams. I felt unstoppable, fueled by the energy of new beginnings and the belief that this year would be different. But that excitement faded fast. The initial spark would dim, and the routines I'd set with so much hope would start to feel heavy and forced. Life would interrupt. Unexpected phone calls, family needs, work deadlines, my new habits would stall, and the momentum I'd built would slip away almost without me noticing. The journal would gather dust on the shelf, and my carefully crafted goals would drift further and further out of reach, buried beneath the weight of daily life. I'd promised myself to start again next week, convincing myself that a fresh Monday would bring new motivation. But more often than not, I never did. This cycle of hope and disappointment repeated for years. Each time I'd feel a little more discouraged, a little less certain that change was possible for me. I began to wonder if I just wasn't the kind of person who could follow through. Maybe I was missing something essential, some secret ingredient that others seemed to have. I had the map and the destination clearly marked, but no idea how to actually make the journey. The path forward felt invisible, as if I was missing the bridge everyone else could see. My dreams stayed on the other side of a canyon, always visible but just out of reach, with no bridge to cross and no clear way to get there. I wondered if I'd ever find a way to close that gap. For the longest time, I believed my biggest obstacle was simply a lack of motivation. I thought if I could just find the right spark, everything would fall into place. So I chased inspiration everywhere I could find it, devouring books, binge-watching motivational videos, and listening to endless podcasts, all in the hope that something would finally ignite that fire within me. But I soon realized that motivation is fleeting and unreliable. It comes and goes without warning, often leaving me stranded when I needed it most. You can't schedule motivation to show up on demand, especially during those critical moments when you need to push through resistance or self-doubt. Waiting to feel ready or inspired is just another form of procrastination, cleverly disguised as preparation or self-care. The most successful people I know don't wait for motivation to strike. Instead, they rely on discipline and commitment to carry them forward even on the days when they feel tired or uninspired. They show up, rain or shine, whether they're in a good mood or a bad one, because they know consistency is what truly matters. Taking action, even when you don't feel like it, is what creates momentum. You don't need to feel good to get started. Often, starting is what makes you feel good. So I stopped chasing fleeting motivation and instead focused on building habits and systems that would support me every single day. I realized my goals weren't going to be achieved in sudden bursts of inspiration or energy. They would only come to life through small, consistent actions, repeated day after day, no matter how I felt. The real secret wasn't to feel motivated every day, but to create a routine so solid that I didn't need motivation to keep going. That's when everything changed. That's when I shifted from being an amateur, waiting for inspiration, to becoming a professional in my own life, showing up, doing the work, and building the future I wanted, one day at a time. Picture your current life on one side of a canyon, your goals on the other. Motivation is just wishing you could cross. Discipline is the bridge you build, brick by brick. Each small action, every workout, every page written, lays another brick. The bridge isn't built overnight, and there's no applause as you work. Most of it happens in quiet moments, when no one's watching. Discipline is a promise to your future self, honored by your actions today. It's a system, not a feeling. Systems run whether you feel like it or not. You don't debate each step, you just take it. That's how the bridge gets built. Without discipline, your goals stay out of reach. With it, you move closer every day. We often celebrate overnight success stories, marveling at the final achievement, but we rarely witness the years of unseen work that make them possible. Behind every triumph, there are countless hours spent in solitude, pushing through doubt and fatigue, long before anyone else notices. The finished product, whether it's a wall, a song, or a degree, hides thousands of small, disciplined actions. Each one on its own may seem trivial, but together, they form the foundation of greatness. Laying a single brick, writing a sentence, doing a push-up, or practicing a single note can feel insignificant in the moment. It's easy to overlook the value of these tiny steps. Skipping one day feels harmless, almost invisible. But over time, the long-term cost is huge. Each missed day is a missed opportunity to move closer to your goals. Success is not a single leap, but the sum of tiny, consistent choices made day after day. It's the quiet commitment to show up, even when no one is watching. Amateurs work when inspired. Professionals show up every day, rain or shine. They understand that progress is built on routine, not just bursts of motivation. Consistency is the key to mastery. Repetition, patience, and persistence transform ordinary actions into extraordinary results. Each brick you lay, each small effort, reinforces your identity. With every action, you're casting a vote for the person you are becoming. You don't just write a book, you become a writer through the daily act of writing, draft after draft, word after word. You don't just run a marathon, you become a runner by lacing up mile after mile in all conditions, building endurance and character. Every action, no matter how small, is a vote for the person you want to be. Habits shape identity, and identity shapes destiny. The process, not just the goal, is the real prize. Growth happens in the doing, in the quiet moments of effort and learning. Keep laying bricks day after day and you'll build more than a bridge or a wall. You'll build yourself, one small action at a time. You don't need more motivation or the perfect moment. Start small and be disciplined. Focus on the first brick. Write for 5 minutes, walk for 10, read 2 pages. The power is in showing up, not in the size of the action. Build the habit first. Improvement comes later. Consistency creates a chain that pulls you toward your goals. Discipline is self-care. It's choosing what you want most over what you want now. Anyone can become more disciplined with practice. Stop waiting for motivation. Pick up your first brick and start building. The bridge to your goals is built one action at a time. The person you want to be is waiting. Start now.